So Arsenal 2, Leeds United 1. We are literally millimetres, a Rizla paper away from top 4 Champions League, beating Tottenham, the arch enemy, on Thursday, secures top 4. Great first half today. Random second half, pretty poor at times. We conceded a goal, probably could have conceded right in stoppage time as well. Didn't bury our chances. Very frustrating at times, but some very good performances, and we're going to show that in the player ratings. Jez, for anyone who hasn't watched your fan cam, do and go and check it out. But what did you make of that game? Give us a quick breakdown, mate.
Excellent first half. Intensity, passion, fight. Reminiscent of Arsenal of old. Loved every minute of it. I mean, I was like watching it, and I was all of a sudden the gate of half's over. I thought, Christ, that was a quick 45 minutes because it was interesting to watch. It wasn't the Arsenal bore fest that we've had this season. Awesome, brilliant, great, loved it. Second half, lackluster. Why can't we finish a game off? That's my question.
Yeah, Kenny, you was at the game. You heard the rendition of the new song. Anyone who hasn't seen your fan cam, mate, what did you make of that? I think he's gone. He's froze. He's frozen. So we'll carry on. Jez. Look, he's probably had a phone call, bless him, or his battery's died. But yeah, for me, I thought, like you, Jez, I thought that was a really quick first half. Intensity, like you said, passion. They were snapping into tackles. It was really, really good first half. And it was like they obviously knew the assignment. They obviously want top 4. Yeah, and they came out the traps real quick. And they got the job done inside, 10 minutes pretty much. Yeah, 2-0 up against Leeds. It was game over. They were never coming back. And especially when they got that red card as well. Yeah, I think that totally killed them off. And the first 2 goals, or the only 2 goals we scored, they were rattled, man. Yeah, which is why they got that red card. And then after that, it took them until midway through the second half, really. Yeah, until maybe even later than that, when they got their goal, to actually wake up and think, actually, we could actually get something here. And then they gave it a bit of a go for the last 10 minutes, including stoppage time. But you can see that they're a very poor team at times. Yeah, and defensively, they're not great. They've got a minus 35 goal difference. Yeah, to put that into context, Burnley have got minus 17, and I think Everton have got minus 19. So, and they're 1 point between each other, them 3. Everton have got a game in hand. They won again today. So it could come down to goal difference. If it does, they ship too many goals. I remember City pammed 7 past them. So, I mean, they've conceded a lot of goals this season, and that would be their downfall. Yes, it's great with this high press and energetic and all of that crap, but they ship a lot of goals. And I think that's probably why you're a bit frustrated today, because they were there for 5, 6, 7, and we didn't do it. But it is what it is. Let's start off with the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Could have had a cigar on the go and a deck chair out, really, couldn't he? Let's be real.
Yeah, I thought he did a decent job again. You know, fair play to the fella. I'll give him a 7. You know, he didn't put a foot wrong. He couldn't do anything about their goal. Tomiyasu lost the man at the back post. He went the wrong way, and goal, fair play. So 7.
Let's go to Tomiyasu. He was playing left back today.
Yeah. Tomiyasu, I thought he'd done very well getting down that wing, playing down the left back. But, you know, let's be honest, that was a poor defensive error to let that guy get in behind him. He didn't even see him there. And he's going towards, I don't know where he's going towards for. He's always gone behind him. So what's he watching? So I'm going to give him a 7 because I thought he did a good job getting down the wing, did some good stuff. I would have given him an 8, but that one error, I'm knocking him down to a 7.
Yeah, I think a lot of people disagree with that in the chat. Yeah, and listen, we don't care. Yeah, so if you don't like the player ratings, put your own player ratings in. But I agree. Between him and Odegaard, yeah, in that penalty box, I had a bit of a mare for that. And I thought it was Odegaard's man. When I watched back, you're right. But playing out of position on the opposite side, on the opposite flank up against like Sonic, because he's 100 mile an hour, Dan James, I actually thought he played pretty well. Yeah, so yeah, I'd agree with a 7. Like, he didn't have a great deal to do defensively. Going forward, I thought he was half decent today as well. Him and Martinelli links up pretty well. Kenny's back. And
So I apologise. I've told that pork chop mate of mine, don't you ever call me when I'm doing one of these.
Exactly. You tell him, pork chop. Let's go to Cedric Suarez. Set piece level 100 today. I thought his set pieces were gold today, man. He was really good. Got up and down the right wing, overlapping. Yeah, interchange with Saka, and then Pepe was pretty decent. Defensively was pretty sound. What did you make of him, Kenny?
I was very happy with Cedric Suarez, Suarez, and I'm going to give Cedric Suarez a 7. I was very pleased with him. As you said before, there's a reason why it was agreed beforehand that he was taking free kicks. Yeah, they didn't go well against Southampton, but you got to keep on trying because it doesn't always come off at the match. But the bends, the accuracy, you got to keep on trying him. And you know what I mean? He's probably alongside Nicola Pepe, our best exponent of a set piece.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go to Rob Holding, Jez.
8. I thought he was excellent today. Honestly, I thought that guy did an absolute stalwart job. He was solid. I think him, and yeah, 8 for me.
And let's go to his partner in crime, Gabriel Magalhaes, Kenny.
You know what? It was one of the easiest jobs he's ever had because simple reason is he didn't really. All he had to do is really sweep up. Like Rob was doing the attacking because even with 11 men, it was always a case of Danny James kind of great attacks. But when Danny James kind of thought, right, let's just rely on set pieces. So, like I said, get us back in the game. I thought Gabriel Magalhaes had a really easy game, so I'm going to give him a 6 because there was basically nothing for him to defend. Because every time a Leeds player tried to get an attack, El Neni kept on making those interceptions.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go into midfield. Let's go to El Neni, Jez. I thought again, 4th game in a row, he's looked pretty decent, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, excellent. It just goes to prove that Arteta watches some shows because it was 4 games ago that Gracie and I said, let's mix up that midfield. And Arteta obviously watched it because he brought him back in. 8 for me, again. Solid performance, great distribution. I'm glad to see him back in at this point in time. I think we can do better.
Yeah. Let's go to Granit Xhaka, Kenny.
Granit was fair today. Like I said, he managed to occupy his favourite position now. El Neni's in the team of trying to be the left winger. And I thought, it was an okay performance. It wasn't great, wasn't spectacular, didn't do anything wrong. It's a typical Granit Xhaka performance, really. Keeps it ticking over, and that's what he does. Shows his experience. Give Granit Xhaka a 6. Nothing spectacular, nothing earth-shattering, but fair performance by Granit.
Martin Odegaard, Jez.
Yeah, in and out today. Did some good stuff. Could have scored a couple. He had a couple of chances today, didn't he? I mean, the one that went 2 yards wide, unfortunately, it got nicked off him. The bloke caught his foot almost, I think, before I think he would have scored that. But he did some good stuff. I like the fact that what he was doing in and around the box. So I am going to be controversial. I'm going to give him a 7.
Let's go to Gabriel Martinelli, Kenny. Gabriel Martinelli was basically like, how I say, he was like a motorbike, isn't he? What we call him, ever-ready battery. Yeah. Like I said, causing all sorts of panic, create the second goal, great pass, swept in by Edward. And, he caused the massive kerfuffle and the talking point of the football match, getting Ailing set off by, again, it was his quick feet, and I thought he was fantastic. Second half, he started well, but I think when Arteta went into sort of game management, let's kind of game manage this 2-0 lead we have, he kind of favoured a bit, and plus he got a bit of a knock as well, got kicked a bit, so I'm going to give him a 7 as well. it would have been an 8 if we carried on in the vein we did in the first half. But it was a case of professionalism and making sure we give very little away and just reduce the set pieces. So that kind of affected his match.
Let's go to Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka, yeah, great first half, I thought. Tired in the second half. So I'm going to give him a 7. His contribution in that first half, I thought, was excellent. But he tired very quickly and had to be obviously subbed out, which is, for once, Arteta, you got it right. You subbed him at the right time. You didn't keep him on. And I think Arteta's learning about this. I just will say, I thought Martinelli, for me, was my man of the match. But Saka, good first half performance, but tired off quite quickly in the second half.
I agree, and he's done that a lot this season. But this manager don't like subbing Pepe on, so it was a shock when I see number 7 come up. He's taking Starboy off for Pepe. Top Gooners are in the mud, aren't they? Like, oh my God, Starboy is off, and they're bringing Pepe on. Let's go to Eddie and Ketia. Top his phone. He's got credit. He done all right.
You know what? He scores. He had a very good first half, and he had a very fair second half. Because of the performances and the way we changed the tactics. I'll give him a 7 as well because it's 2 goals. Second half of Burn faded, but again, that was down to Mikel Arteta showing his true self. Mikel does not represent Pep Guardiola. He only represents or resembles Pep Guardiola in terms of his control freak nature, in terms of like being a micromanager. But in terms of like the way we play, it's very much David Moyes type of football, and that kind of affected Eddie trying to get that hat trick. But for me, Eddie is what he is. He's having a good finish to the season, and his future is another discussion, another podcast between the 3 of us.
100%. Let's go to substitutes. Let's go to Nicola Pepe. Jez?
I'll give him a 5 because he came on. I didn't think he was that great. And the reason I believe what's happening here is his lack of game time is now embarrassing for him. He doesn't get the time to slot into the game. And I feel so sorry for him. I really do. And I think he'll be gone in the summer. And I don't blame him, to be fair. So I think this guy's got such potential. But he had the opportunity today to prove something, and he cocked it right up. When that goalkeeper came up for that corner, he had the breakaway, and he tried to go...
Shot back inside, didn't he?
Why did he just slot it?
Yeah, smash it. Just smash it towards goal. Even if it don't go anywhere near the goal, you've wasted all that time. The goalkeeper's on the halfway line. Yeah, he's got to run all the way back to take a goal kick. Or it rolls towards the goal and you can all push up.
That, to me, says lack of confidence.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
So, 5 for me.
Emil Smith-Rowe, Kenny.
Emil Smith-Rowe, the thing about it, right, is that that lad gets a buy today because simple reasons that all the crowd's anger, frustration was focused on Nicola Pepe, who's
which always is, by the way.
But no, it was really bad. There was
it will be because sorry to cut you off. It will be. Nicola Pepe has barely played any football under this manager, right? He's played probably 1/3 of the minutes of Bukayo Saka. He's probably played less time than Gabriel Martinelli, probably half, right, this season. And he comes on, and because he don't shoot from the halfway line, everyone's getting on his case. Yeah, cool, I got on his case, but at the same time, we have seen over this season, Bukayo Saka dropped 0 out of 10s, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10s. But because he's cute, and because he held a puppy, and because he's star boy, and he came through the academy, free pass with his fan base. It's one of their own.
Yeah, but I think what it was is that the fans took every frustration out of him, because I think what's happened is that when you're not getting to the pace of the game, I think Nicola looked lost. But then again, Smith-Rowe was just as awful when he came on as well. He looked lost. He had no effectiveness whatsoever. You know, he struggled to acclimatise to the pace of the football match as well. So I'm going to give him a 5 as well, because it didn't go unnoticed by me that you know, that Smith Rowe could easily have got the bird, but he wouldn't get the bird because there's a lot of emotional
He's come
investment
through the academy, isn't he?
Well,
So
yes, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But it's a lot of emotional investment in Emil, in a way that's, you know, Nicola Pepe, £72 million worth of money. He has to play well at all times.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, mate. Like that's how it is, unfortunately. Alex Lacazette came on right at the death in stoppage time, Jez, for literally like 90 seconds. What was the point? We're time wasting against Leeds. That kind of summed it up. But there we go.
I can't rate him, mate, because it'd be unfair.
Let's just give him an A for absent, yeah.
I mean, you know, what's the point of bringing somebody on for like 2 minutes? What is
time wasting, mate? We were time wasting against Leeds United. Do you know what I mean? No. Yeah. Wait till we get Bayern Munich and Barca and Inter and PSG, mate. This is going to get peak. Let's do a 3-2-1. All right. Before we do that, anyone who wants to cry about the player ratings, we don't care. We'll be back again on Thursday with player ratings when these two F off down the lane, and I'll be sat in Spain. It won't be raining. It'll be nice and sunny. And it's a late kickoff. I'm fuming, but it is what it is. 3 games to go. Anyone who doesn't agree with the player ratings, stick your player ratings in the comments instead of crying. We know you're going to cry anyway, because it makes you feel better about your shit life. But 3, 2, 1, 7,
5.
Oh,
5. The reason
wow.
I'm giving him 5 is because I don't approve of game management against a team with 10 men. And it was very much David Moyes-esque, and I think, in my opinion, Leeds were there for the taking, and it would have been like it would have taken Leeds a lot by surprise if we went at them, you know, and like I said, killed the game off, because at the end of the day, goal difference could be a premium. We don't beat Tottenham Hotspur, say they find a way to beat us, and then it gets to the last day of the season, and we're neck and neck with them playing Norwich City, and us playing Everton at home. Games like, you know, things like this can bite us up the arse. So I was very, very underwhelmed by the David Moyes gene in Mikel. So he's getting a 5.
There you go. There you go. I gave him a 7 based on the fact that we literally battered them, without being clinical, and after seeing Tottenham get a point, which was probably a shock more than anything, that they got a point at Anfield. Because normally when you go to Anfield, lads, it's normally a free hit, isn't it? You know, you don't normally come out, like, normally you keel over and die. But they went 1-0. Do you know what I mean? But I gave him a 7 because I thought he actually made the sub of Saka for Pepe at the right time. Saka looked knackered, and I thought until they scored their goal, which was their only shot, which was piss poor defending, I actually thought we were playing really good. But yeah, I can see why you gave him a 5, Kenny. Goal difference is going to play a factor, and unless we go and beat them, we'll get a draw on Thursday. But listen, appreciate both of you, man. I know you're both going to be at the game. The walk of shame, dodge the piss, dodge the coins, dodge the abuse. Make sure you get out alive.
I'll tell you what, anyone chucks piss at me, I'm gonna force feed them my pissy clothes down their throats, and I'm gonna send a bill to their house for a dry cleaning bill. Right. You've been warned.
Right, Kenny, at least you ain't got to walk past their fucking boozer as you turn left, yeah?
But I don't know. I only went to watch. Well, you don't have to, innit? Because I went straight
to run the other way. Yeah. When you used to walk down that fucking road and turn left, that's when they fucking got you. Yeah, with the oh mate, it's mad. Yeah, listen, it's crazy. Big up to everyone who's going on Thursday, yeah, because that game, albeit I don't see them as rivals, they're fucking losers. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people saying it's the biggest North London derby in fucking years. Yeah,
Jesus Christ. 1971 wasn't that big then, was it?
Well, 18 years ago, we won the league at their ground. 18 years later, we're fighting for 4th place. Says it all, really, isn't it? And on that bombshell, we're going to wrap this up. Big up to both of you. Get home safe, Kenny, yeah? Jez, always a pleasure, man. I love you to bits, both of you. And we're out of here. Arteta out.
Oh, course out. Negative manager. Negative